Now here's a cruiser out of the 70s. Take a look at this one. 1972 Lincoln Mark IV. This one is actually coming out of long-term ownership. Gentleman bought this back in 1987 and has had it ever since. That's approximately 40 years. He actually had one repaint done to it, and a new vinyl top was added back in the early 90s. Hasn't driven it a whole lot since then. Underneath the hood, 460 V8. That's paired up with an automatic transmission. Of course, power steering, power brakes, AC. Technician that inspected this one in our service department did note the AC was in on. Let's take a look at the chrome up front. Of course, that Lincoln Mark IV grille. Headlight doors. You have a dark navy blue interior. Check out the still pictures. You're going to be able to see the underside, interior, engine bay, trunk. Those still pictures can be seen at uniqueclassiccars.com. If you're watching this video on YouTube, click on the link down below the video in the description. That's going to take you right to our website. Of course, you can call us 507-386-1726. It's riding on steel wheels, Lincoln wheel covers. Those are new radial tires just installed, and we're going to go over a bunch of other stuff that was recently done to this car. Paint, it's not perfect. It's got some little kind of fish eyes or some little specks in it here and there. Still has a nice shine to it. It's one of those you can get in and drive it, go have some fun, enjoy your local roll-ins, cruise-ins, local shows. And the fact that it was painted, like I said, back in the early 90s, there's not a bunch of rust, corrosion popping through the wheel wells. You might find a little bit down behind those wheel wells in the very bottom, but overall appears to be a pretty solid car back when it was done. And then, like I said, hasn't been driven a ton since. Vinyl top, not too bad a shape, little discoloration on it here or there. You'll be able to see that in the still pictures. Blue interior, split bench seat. We'll get around to the driver's side, start it up, let you hear it run. I did notice there's a crack or two in the dash, but looking pretty stock on the interior. You can see those panels nice and straight from the rear all the way to the front. There's a touch-up spot. I believe it was right down here. Yep, you can see where some touch-up was done right there. But again, those lower rockers in front and behind the wheel wells don't look too bad. Chrome on the rear bumper. A little bit of a dinger down here on this side. All right, some of the service notes on this one from our technician that was inspecting and working on this car. Did mention it has a new fuel pump and sending unit. Also new front and rear brakes, new muffler. Carb was rebuilt, fresh oil change. Tires, mentioned those, 4 new tires. New wiper blades, plugs, cap, wires, and rotor. So distributor, cap, and rotor. Plugs and wires. Heater core has been bypassed. Rear windows were in op. Lower ball joints were loose. That was the notes from what was done on the car, and then a few of the things that will need some attention in the future. Let's take a look down this driver's side. Now, if you like these Lincolns, no matter what year, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You never know what you're going to see come through here at Unique Classic Cars. Videos are uploaded daily. When these videos are uploaded, the vehicles in them are available to purchase, or maybe you just like checking out old, different cars. You will see a ton of them come through here at Unique Classic Cars. And you can see, I would say the driver's side, very similar to the passenger side. Is the paint perfect? No. Does it have a nice shine to it? Absolutely. And again, if you look at those lower rockers, behind the wheel well, up above and around, not bad. Bottom of that door doesn't look bad. And again, this paint was done in the early 90s, so if there was anything major coming through, it would have come through a little bit right down there behind that wheel again. And you'll be able to see the underside pictures in the still pictures with many other parts in the car and car from every angle. Interior, door panels look stock. Of course, you do have the power windows, remote mirror, power locks. Looks like the original door panels. Seats, Cloth seats. Looks like the original carpeting. Odometer reads it was in the 70,000 range. That's believed to be original. I can't confirm or deny that. Once a car is a certain age, it is marked exempt on the title, so it's not recorded on the title. After typically it's about 10 years, sometimes 20, depending what state you're in. Let's go ahead and fire this up. All right, there's what 78,641 is what the odometer reads. Wouldn't surprise me if that was original at all. All right, dash. That one crack down there towards the passenger side. Well, it's not bad. Aftermarket stereo. I have had that working, but the power antenna doesn't go up, so it gets okay reception, but I wouldn't say great reception. Got to kind of fine tune it. It does work. All right, take a look at the headliner. Not bad. All right, fire up that 460. There we go. All right, dash. There's that one crack kind of down on the passenger side. I have had the radio working and power up, but the power antenna doesn't go up, so you don't get the greatest reception, but the radio is working. Like I said, just may need to get a little better reception is all. And then again, 78,641, believed to be original miles. Can't confirm or deny it. Wouldn't surprise me if it was, due to the fact that the gentleman has had it so long and stated that's what he remembered for original miles on it, and hasn't driven it a ton since 1990. Slip around to the back so you can hear it run. All right, I'm going to slip up to the front. I got to pause this a second. A little bit of a tricky hood release to find. It's way down on this underside, and I got to get it. It's probably going to take two hands to get this hood open. We'll get that pop, check out the engine bay, and then stick around to the very end of this video. Jason's going to take it for a drive, show you how it goes down the road. All right, underside of the hood and engine bay. Looks like a pretty stock engine bay. There's that 460. Does have a new master cylinder up here. Power brakes, power steering, factory AC. AC is in op at the moment. Any questions, please call 507-386-1726. UniqueClassicCars.com is where you check out all the still pics. And of course, we do consider trades. Financing is available. Of course, we can assist with transportation. And this vehicle may be eligible for an extended service contract. Consult with your sales associate when you call in or email.
Hey, it's George from Motorhood Podcast at Unique Classic Cars.
Hey, and this is Jeremy, and we're here to tell you where you can find our podcast. So first off, on all the Audible platforms, including Spotify, iHeart, etc., and also right here on the YouTube channel where you can find all of our episodes,
as well as the rest of our shenanigans.
A few other fun things that we'll do.
And when in doubt, gas it. Welcome to Motorhood.
Today we're going for a ride in the 1972 Lincoln Continental Mark IV. This is an automatic on the column, as a luxury Lincoln Continental should be. I can hear the turn signal working, though the indicator is not lighting up. Sometimes that's the case. The blower motor does move air on this car. After a couple pumps of the throttle, this car does start up and idle nicely. Now the FM radio works. It struggles a little bit to pick up signal, but it does power up. Comfortable bench, split bench seating, cloth. We've got a nice blue interior matching the blue exterior. There's a little bit of wear on the door panels. The horn working. Our fuel gauge reading empty. Check our retail report, see if that is actually accurate. Our speedometer is working. There is a little bit of wear in the headliner. Otherwise, primarily looking pretty good in here. Lots of wood grain from 1972. Brakes smoothly, brakes straight. One of those big two-door boats, you could say. Comfortable on any road. They just absorb the road's imperfections very well. Corners luxuriously. Great power steering. That hood ornament prominently out in front. Check out all the pictures of this 72 Lincoln Continental at uniqueclassiccars.com.